Hi Denise, how are you?
How are you doing today?
Yeah, good, good. How are you? Let's see. I don't see anyone yet.
Oh, it looks like Nivedita just joined.
Ah, okay, I don't see her. Yeah, I
Hello.
just with her. Hi. Yeah.
Hi. How are you guys doing?
Doing
Good.
good.
Good. I just finished decorating my house for Halloween.
Oh,
Oh, good.
oh,
But I
nice.
tried to keep the decorations hidden from this view because I was thinking maybe seeing a
Uh,
skeleton doesn't
I'm not sure whether the kids will join this time. Like kids will come to the door.
Oh, I don't know
Doubt
if
about.
I don't know if they're gonna come to the door or not, but my
Yeah.
daughter likes the
yeah,
decorations.
Oh yeah, yeah. Decoration has. Yeah.
Yeah. So
great.
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Okay. But they're hidden from you. You guys don't see them there, but they're out of the camera view.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
We'll
We'll
see.
start with our right leg in front of the left. Close your eyes, lengthen through your spine, and relax your shoulders. Place one hand on the chest, let the other hand rest on the belly, and start to focus on your own breath. As you become aware of the breath, feel how the chest rises and falls on the inhalation and exhalation. Feel the belly inflate and deflate beneath the hand. And in the next few moments of silence, keep your mind focused on the breath, simply witnessing it passively flow through the body. Lower your hands to the knees, palms are turned down. Inhale. Use your exhalation to open your eyes and hinge forward from the hips. Go ahead and walk your hands up and let the head hang or rest the forehead on the mat or the ground if it's comfortable. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. You're going to sit up nice and tall and raise your right arm overhead. Look upward to the ceiling. Inhale, center, and we'll exhale as we twist to the right. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist from the waist. Push off the back hand, come to your center, and we'll bring our opposite arm overhead. Look upward to the ceiling. Inhale, center, and exhale, twist to the left. Your right hand goes to the outside of the knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist from the waist. Pushing off the back hand, you can come to your center and bring your opposite leg in front. Close your eyes with me. Place the fingertips on the ground behind you. Fingers turned away from the hips, and then we'll roll our shoulders back. Pressing the palms into the floor is an option. So we're using Ujjayi breath, controlling the breath, breathing slowly and deeply in and out through the nose. Squeezing the air down the windpipe to create a hissing or humming sound. Finish your next exhalation, opening the eyes when you're through, and take the arms out to the sides. Right hand will go up first, left arm stretches overhead. Remember the options in this lateral flexion. You can keep your right arm straight, you can bend the right elbow, or even release the right forearm to the floor. That's a little more intense. Just make sure you keep those sit bones on the ground. Pushing off the bottom hand, slide the left hand out, stretch the right arm overhead. Your gaze is upward to the right, so you're turning your chest upward. Same options for the left arm, straight arm, bent elbow, or elbow on the mat. And pushing away with the lower hand, we'll come to center again. On the inhalation, raise your arms. As you exhale, lower the hands in front of heart center. Continue using your Ujjayi breath to set the rhythm. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. The breath continues to control the movement. The breath signals when the motion begins and when it ends. This is your last time around. When you complete your exhalation and the hands are in front of your heart center again, in your own time, release the hands onto the knees so the palms are turned down. Inhale, use the exhalation to open your eyes again, hinging forward from the hips. Walk your hands out. Let your head hang. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, and we'll sit tall. Coming to all fours, place your knees hip-width apart and your wrists under the shoulders. Reach back to the right leg, push into the ball of your right foot. On the inhalation, you can bring your right heel in line with the hip and the left arm out in front. You can either stay here or you can bend your back right knee and hold on to the right ankle with your left hand. And we're going to continue using that Ujjayi breath, always controlling the breath when you're doing your yoga asanas, your yoga poses. With your exhalation, return your knee and hand to the mat. Reach back through the left leg as you push into the ball of the foot. Build a stretch. Inhale, lift the heel in line with the hip. Reach your right arm out in front. And same choice here. If you'd like to go deeper, you can bend the left knee and hold onto the ankle with your right hand. Next exhalation, bring your knee back down to the ground and lower your sit bones to the heels, coming into child's pose, Balasana. Inhale as you lift your head and chest. Come to all fours, separate your knees hip width apart. We're going to do our cat-cows next, moving with the breath. Inhale, lift the chest, point the tailbone to the ceiling, push your belly button to the ground. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone under, pull the navel to the spine, round the back, chin to chest. You've got one more cat-cow to go. Take as much time as you want to complete the movement. And when the exhalation's finished, Bring your spine to neutral. And whenever you're ready, return to Balasana, Child's Pose. Sit bones resting on the heels again. Arms either extended out in front with forehead resting on the ground, or the modification with one fist stacked on top of the other to rest the forehead on. Inhale, lift the head and chest, come to all fours. Separate your knees hip width apart. We're getting ready to go into downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. Curl the toes under, lift the hips, bring the weight to the heels. Continue with your Ujjayi breath. Bend the knees. As you look in between the thumbs, walk or step the feet towards the short edge of the mat. Bend both knees. Inhale. Raise your arms up and bring the palms together. Lift the chest. Exhale, reaching back. This is Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, center. Exhale as you fold into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Inhale, lengthen the spine, looking out in front of you, half standing forward bend. And exhale, fold in half. Bending the knees, the palms are on the ground, and you're going to step back to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga, turn the elbows to the hips, lower the chest. With the inhalation, lift the heart and chest. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, or upward facing dog. We'll bend our elbows, pushing away from the ground, curl the toes under, lift the hips. And you're in downward facing dog again, or Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bend the knees, look forward in between the thumbs, walk or step the feet in between the hands. Bend both knees again, inhale, take your arms up and bring your hands together. Lift the chest and exhale, upward salute. Inhale, center, exhale, standing forward bend, Uttanasana. Half standing forward bend, Ardha Uttanasana, long spine, gaze out in front. Exhale, fold in half, knees bent, palms on the mat, step back to your plank. Engage your abdominal muscles. Squeeze the upper arms to the sides of the torso, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. You're pressing into the tops of the feet. And then we'll bend our elbows, push off the ground, curling the toes under, lifting the hips back to downward facing dog for Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press the chest to your knees. Bend the knees, looking in between the thumbs, walk or step your feet forward. We'll bend our knees again as we inhale the arms up, lift the chest, and exhale for upward salute. Inhale, center. We're going to do one final sun salutation. Exhale, hinge from the hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, fold in half. Your knees are bent, your palms are on the ground. You can step back to plank. Exhale to chaturanga. Elbows turn to the hips. Inhale, lift the heart and chest, press through the palms, push into the tops of the feet. And bend the elbows, push off the floor, curl the toes under, lifting the hips. Back to downward facing dog. Make sure you keep your feet separated hip width apart in downward dog. Bend the knees, look in between the thumbs, walk or step your feet forward. Bend both knees. Inhale, reach your arms up, lift the chest, back to Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands in front of heart center. So we're going to face the wide edge of the mat now. You can have your hands on your hips. Your feet are parallel with the short edges of the mat. That means your toes face the wide edges of them, or the wide edge of the mat in front. Roll your shoulders back. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. You can slide your hands down the fronts of the legs. I'm going to leave it to you if you want to keep your hands on your legs, ankles, use a block, or press your fingertips or palms to the floor. Either way, top of the head is turned down to the ground. You're looking in between your legs. Okay, this is an option. If your fingertips or palms are on the floor or you're using a block, you can slide your hands or the block forward and pull your hips back. This is just a wide angle forward bend, kind of like a wide angle downward dog rather. Okay, if you walked your hands out or you slid your block forward, you can bring your hands or block back to center. So you're back in Prasarita Padottanasana, the wide angle forward bend. The hips are over the heels again. Coming out of the posture, slowly bend the knees. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. You don't need to rush it. Take your time. When the legs are straight and the torso vertical again, reach the arms up. Bring the hands together. Lift the chest. Exhale. Reach back as you go to Urdhva. Counter position here. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands in front of your heart center. Release your arms. Turn your feet to the short edge of the mat and step forward into mountain pose or Tadasana. So your palms are turned outwards, shoulders are relaxed. Inhale, arms up, lift the chest, and exhale. This is upward salute, Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, center, and we're going to exhale into our chair pose or Utkatasana. Pull the navel in and up, and then slight tuck to the tailbone. Toes, ankles touching or as close as you can get them. Inner thighs squeeze together. And exhale, drop the feet. Go into triangle pose, Trikonasana. Keep your right foot in front and step back onto your left foot. Straighten the right leg. Imagine there's a wall behind your back. You're pressing your shoulder blades evenly into that wall. Pressing your hips evenly into the wall. And then push your left hip back. Right side of the body in line with the right knee. So if that imaginary wall is behind you, you're still pressing your shoulder blades and hips evenly into that wall behind you. Option to bind the raised arm behind the back. If you've decided to do that, your left hand is reaching for your right inner thigh, and your gaze is upward to the ceiling. Continue to use your Ujjayi breath. Okay, moving on to Parsvottanasana. Release your arm. Turn your hips down to the floor. Notice how my back left foot is turning in. You can shorten the base if you'd like by bending the right knee and stepping the left foot forward. So for Parsvottanasana, the intense side stretch, anywhere from 3 feet to 3.5 feet is an average base. If you want to make it wider, that's fine. But if it's really intense, shorten the base. The right leg stays straight. You can hold on to the lower leg, the ankle, fingertips, or palms on the floor, or use a block to push your hands into. Pull your right hip back, turn your left hip towards your right knee, trying to make your hips parallel to the short edge of the mat in front. One more Ujjayi breath, and then we're going to transition to pyramid pose. So bend the right knee and step your left foot forward into your natural walking step. For pyramid pose, just a few things to check. Make sure your feet are parallel to each other. You don't want tightrope walking. That means you don't want one foot behind the other. And the gap here is very short, 3 inches to 6 inches in between the front heel and the back big toe for your average step or gait. You're looking forward, and it's your decision if you want to have your hands on your leg, the ankle, fingertips, palms, or use a block. Or if you feel steady, bring your weight back to the heels, lift your toes, spread your toes wide. And once you feel you have the balance, you can take the hands up, press the palms together, reach out through the fingertips so your arms are long here. And we'll return our hands down to the block, the floor, the leg, bend the front knee, step the back foot forward, and bend the knees again. Inhale, take the arms up, bring the hands together, upward salute, exhale, reach back, chin lifted, gaze to the thumbs. Just being aware that we're not pushing the hips forward. Inhale, center. Exhale, Utkatasana. Exhale as you lower your seat. And we'll repeat the same sequence of poses on the left side. Left foot's in front, triangle pose or Trikonasana. Your right foot's turned in slightly. Reach the arms out. Push the right hip back. Left side of the body in line with the left knee. Almost like you're pressed in between 2 panes of glass. Option to bind the raised arm behind the back. So if you bound your arm, your left hand is reaching for the right inner thigh. Keep your mind focused on the breath, controlling the breath with slow inhalations through the nose, longer exhalations out through the nostrils. Coming out of the pose, release the arm. Turn your hips down to the floor. My back right foot is going to turn in slightly towards the front left heel. So this is a wide base. You can keep it here, or to make the posture more accessible, bend the front knee and step the right foot forward. Both legs are straight again. Your decision if you want to use a block or hold on to your leg or ankle. Moving to pyramid pose. Bend the left knee, step your right foot forward into your natural walking step. Feet parallel to the wide edges of the mat, feet parallel to each other. So there's no turnout in my ankles in either foot here. And it's up to you if you'd like to pull the hips back, lift the toes up, spread them wide into the mat, and extend the arms out so the palms are pressed together. Last breath, and then return the hands to the floor. You can bend the left knee, step the right foot forward, bend both knees again, protect the low back here by bending the knees, and then slowly taking the arms overhead, palms come together, lift the chest, and exhale for Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, center, and exhale into your chair pose. Exhale. Drop the seat. Let's do warrior one with your right foot in front. Step back onto your left foot. Notice that back left foot is turned in slightly. Option to take the arms overhead. If you've extended your arms into the air, The upper arms are alongside the ears, but you do have the option of lifting the chin and looking up to your thumbs. From here, we're going to go to Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So what I'd like you to do is separate your hands shoulder width, lean forward over the right thigh, and bring the right hand onto a block or the floor, picking up the left leg. So for half moon pose, shoulders are stacked on top of each other and hips are stacked on top of each other. Release the raised arm to the floor. We're going to swing our left foot forward to meet the right, so you're in a standing forward bend. Bend both knees. Inhale, arms up, bring the hands together, and exhale, upward salute. Inhale, center, and exhale back to chair pose or Utkatasana. Remember to pull the navel in and up, light tuck to the tailbone, and we'll move to Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1, with your left foot in front. Step back onto the right. Your right hip is turned towards the left knee. Your choice if you'd like to have the arms extended in the air. Option to lift the chin and look up to the thumbs. Transitioning to half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. Separate the hands shoulder width. You're going to lean your torso over the left thigh. Okay, so pick up the right foot, left hand is on the floor. Left foot, left hand on the floor, right leg in the air, right arm in the air, right hand over your right shoulder. Keep breathing. You can exhale the hand to the floor, swing the right foot down alongside the left, bend your knees, inhale, arms up, hands together, lift the chest, exhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, center, exhale, hands in front of heart center. Okay, so we're gonna move on to another balancing pose, tree pose. Close your eyes. Palms are in Anjali Mudra in front of heart center. Lengthen your spine, relax the shoulders. So what you're doing right now is just checking your body's alignment. Long spine, shoulders relaxed. Pick up your toes, spread them wide into the mat. Push the four corners of your foot to the floor. Both sides of the ball of the foot, both sides of the heel of the foot rooted into the ground. Inhale, exhale, open your eyes. We're going to stare at a fixed point and bring our right foot to rest either on the ankle, side of calf, or inner thigh. Okay, from our tree pose today, we're going to transition to Warrior 3. Right now, stay into your tree. It's up to you if you'd like to take the arms overhead. Okay, transition to Warrior 3. Lower the hands in front of heart center. Bring the knee to the midline. Reach your arms forward and your right leg back. Look at something on the floor out in front of you to help with balance. And standing tall, you can release your arms and go to Tadasana, mountain pose. Close your eyes. Press the hands together in front of heart center. Find a comfortable standing position. Lengthen the spine. Relax the shoulders. And again, we'll pick up our toes and spread them wide into the mat. Pushing the four corners of the foot to the floor. both sides of the ball of the foot and both sides of the heel of the foot. Push them into the ground. Inhale, exhale, open your eyes, stare at a fixed point, and your left foot can come to rest on the ankle, the side of the calf, or your inner thigh. This is tree, Vrksasana. Your left knee is pointed out to the left side. Option to take the arms overhead. Okay, coming to Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Lower the hands in front of heart center. Left knee comes to the midline of the body, and then you're going to extend your arms forward and your left leg back. One side might be easier to balance on than the other. And back to standing. How do you do? That was a lot of balancing, right? Palms turned outwards. You just did 3 balancing poses in a row. You did Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, tree pose, and warrior 3. So very good job standing on one leg. 3 different poses. We're gonna step forward to the short edge of the mat, hands on hips, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Inhale, lengthen the spine as you go to your half standing forward bend. Exhale, golden half. Bend the knees, palms on the ground. Step to plank. Shoulders over wrists. Knees, tops of the feet are going to come down to the mat for a modified plank. And then lower your sit bones to the heels, going to Balasana, child's pose. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, come to all fours. Let's lower one hip onto the mat, swing the feet around, and we'll go into Dandasana, staff pose, legs extended, hands alongside the hips. Our next posture will be table pose. Walk the hands about 6 inches or so behind the hips. Your fingers are facing the feet. Walk the feet partway up the mat. Press through the heels, palms, and lift the hips. So our intention is to bring our hips in line with our knees. Your decision if you like to look straight ahead. If there's no discomfort in the neck, you can look up to the ceiling. Otherwise, you can point the top of the head to the floor, still gazing upward to the ceiling, but forward towards the nose. And for those of you who'd like to add on to this posture, you can cross the right ankle over the left knee. Remember to keep breathing. And switch sides. If you cross the right ankle, now it's time to cross the left. Okay, looking straight ahead, uncross the legs, and then lower the sit bones to the heels. Take one leg out and the other, and you're in staff pose or Dandasana. Let's slide our fingertips to the knees. Look at the belly button, resting on the elbows, the shoulder blades, and then let the head rest on the floor. Close your eyes. Walk the heels to the sit bones. Lower the small of the back to the floor. Press the soles of the feet together, knees turn out to opposite sides. Arms away from the sides of the torso. Palms turned upward to the ceiling. This is your bound angle pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. There'll be an arch here in your lower back, just a natural one. You don't need to do anything. Feel the opening through the chest. Feel the opening in the hips. And just let your breath flow naturally. No longer engaging the Ujjayi breath. Gently opening the eyes. We're gonna lift our feet up off the floor. Keep the same diamond shape in your legs. Take your arms to the inside of the legs and hold on to the ankles, separating the feet. Turn the bottoms of the feet up to the floor. Your decision here, if you wanna hold on to the big toes with the index, middle finger, and lock with the thumb, you can do that, or you can stay holding onto your ankles. Neck is neutral. Or I should say neck is long and your chin is neutral. And by that, all I'm saying is don't point the chin up to the ceiling or all the way down toward that notch at the bottom of your throat. You're welcome to pull on the toes to bring the tops of your thighs closer to the floor. As you do that, you might feel a stretch in your inner thighs. And this posture is called joyful baby pose or Anandasana. Release your feet, bring your knees together, lower the bottoms of the feet onto the floor. Slide your left leg down the mat, press out through your left heel, pull your right knee into the chest and interlace your fingers over the front of the right shin. Continue to pull the right knee closer and closer to the body. Keep your left hand on your right lower leg. Extend your right arm out to the side. So right arm on the floor, right palm turned down. And we're gonna guide our right leg across the body. Turn your head, look towards your right hand. We'll bring our head to center. You can bring the right knee back into the chest and then set the right foot on the floor. We'll switch sides. So right leg slides down, press out through both heels. Pull the left knee into the chest. Interlace the fingers over the front of the left shin. Keep pushing out through the heels. And even as you press out through both heels, pull the left knee closer to the chest. Okay, adding that twist, right hand stays onto the lower left leg. Your left arm is on the floor, left palm turned down, so the left hand's in line with your shoulder, and then pull the left leg across the body. Heads turn to look towards your left hand. We'll bring our head to center. Knee goes back to the chest. You can set the foot on the ground and slide the leg all the way down the mat. Roll your legs in and out from the hips, and then we'll just let them rest again. Walk the heels to the sit bones. Lower the small of the back to the floor. Separate your feet hip width apart. Okay, make sure the small of the back is resting on the ground. You're going to interlace your fingers and put them behind the head. And these are just yogic crunches. You're going to use your inhalation to come up. So engaging your Ujjayi breath with the inhale, roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. And then as you exhale, roll down slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Do this at your own pace. Use the breath. Inhale to lift and exhale to lower. Try not to pull on the head or the neck. Just let the head rest in the hands. Keep using the Ujjayi breath. So for those of you who are used to doing crunches in the gym, the breathing here is a little bit different because you're inhaling to lift and exhaling to lower. Each time you come up, see if you can lift more of the back of the rib cage up off the floor. So it's still a crunch, but you're trying to get a little bit more of the back of the rib cage up off the ground. You'll feel the difference when you do that. Okay, the next one, you're gonna hold up here. And let's see if you can come up just a little higher. And only a little bit higher. Hold it there. And roll down slowly. One vertebrae at a time. When your head is on the floor, you can release the arms out to the sides. Slide one leg down the mat, then the other. Roll the legs in and out from the hips. And just let them rest. Walk the heels to the sit bones. Lower the small of the back onto the floor. Good. And we'll move into our bridge pose next, Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. Your feet are still separated hip width apart. The sides of the feet are parallel to the wide edges of the mat, so there's no turnout in the ankles at all. When you do this, it might even feel like you're pigeon-toed. You're most likely not pigeon-toed. I don't want you to be pigeon-toed, but that's just a sensation that you'll get with the sides of the feet parallel to the wide edges of the mat. Arms alongside the torso, palms turned down. Press through the heels and inhale as you lift your hips up off the ground. So this is the first position of the bridge pose, and you can stay here, or if you want to move a little further into the posture, you could roll one shoulder into the back and then the other, coming up high onto the tops of the shoulders. Remember, this is optional. And if you did roll the shoulders under the back, I invite you to either interlace the fingers like I'm doing now or hold on to your ankles. Inhale, lift the hips higher. Inhale, lift the hips even higher. Another inhalation, lift those hips high. Continue with your Ujjayi breath. And to come out of the posture, if you interlace the fingers, release the hands, unroll one shoulder first, then the other. Come down slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Take as much time as you want. Don't rush it here. When the hips are on the mat, take one leg down the mat, then the other. Roll your legs in and out from the hips and just let them rest. Walk the heels to the sit bones again with both feet flat on the floor. Lower the small of the back onto the ground. Slide your arms out to the sides. We're doing reclining twist. Inhale, knees to the chest. Exhale, lower the knees to the right. Your head is turned to look towards your left hand. You want to try and get your left shoulder blade flush with the floor. And for some of you, it might feel like it's already pushed evenly into the ground. Even if it is, try and focus on the lower half of your left shoulder blade, bringing a little bit deeper to the ground. Let's take our head to center. Inhale the knees to the chest. Exhale, drop the knees to the left. Your head is turned to look to the right hand. So you're looking towards your right. And it's your right shoulder blade that you want to focus in on this time. Trying to bring the right shoulder blade deeper into the ground. That increases the stretch around the belly. Bring your head to center. Inhale, knees to the chest, move to Upasana. Interlace the fingers over the front of the shins and roll forward and back, side to side. Your choice to pick up the head and shoulders or keep them on the floor. Just rolling over the lower back. Give giving your kidneys a gentle massage. Return to center. Lower the head and shoulders to the ground if you lifted them. Release your hands and return your feet to the floor. We're moving to guided relaxation next. If you want to turn your lights off, go ahead and do that now. If you have a blanket you want to have over your body or a pillow to put on under your head, get that now. And I invite you to come into Shavasana, corpse pose. The legs are extended, heels at opposite corner edges of the mat, separated, the legs separated to form a letter V. Arms away from the sides of the torso, palms turned up to the ceiling. And if you haven't had a chance to do so yet, please close your eyes and just let your body relax into the floor. Take a slow inhalation through your nose with a longer exhalation out through the nostrils. Please stay comfortably reclined on your back during the relaxation, and I'll let you know when it's time to gently reawaken the body. But for now, bring the focus down to your toes. Wiggle your toes, then let the feet rest. Move to your hands. Wiggle your fingers. Open wide through the palms, stretch all the way out through your fingertips. Curl the fingers in, just making a soft fist. Squeeze it a few times and let the hands open again. Bring the focus back down to the feet. Visualize the healing energy. Invite this energy to flow into your big toes. Just noticing the big toes, this very small part of the body. Let the healing energy travel to the second toe. Just noticing the second toes. Then in your own time, move the energy into the next toe and the next until eventually it slides into the smallest toe. Become aware of the spaces in between each of the toes. Let the healing energy slide down the backs of the toes till it washes through the soles of your feet, allowing the energy to massage the bottoms of the feet, feeling this healing energy rubbing away any cramping or fatigue that might exist in the foot. As you keep your awareness with the feet for the moment, visualize the small bones that compose the foot. Think about the spaces in between each of the small bones that make up your foot. Allow the healing energy to flow through these spaces in between the small bones that compose the foot. Feel the energy flow through the tops of the feet into the ankles. Let this healing energy swirl around the outsides of the ankles. Guide it up the fronts of the lower legs. Till it rise up your shins. Gently wrap around the sides of the lower legs. And then flow into the calf muscles in the backs of the lower legs. Let the healing energy travel upward to the knees. Feel the energy making its way higher, traveling to the fronts of the thighs. As this healing energy flows through the quadriceps, the large muscle group in the fronts of your thighs, consciously relax the quads. Feel them release and let go. Guide the energy around the sides of your thighs and let it travel into the hamstrings and the backs of the thighs. As the energy flows through the hamstrings, allow any tension or emotions that may have collected in your hamstrings to ease away. Move the healing energy upward into your hips. Feel the energy swirl around the outsides of the hips. Let your hips unwind and open. Soften the belly as you guide the healing energy into the abdominal cavity. Move the healing energy up from the belly to the center of the chest. Once this energy has reached the center of your chest, feel it spread out across your chest like a pleasant and warm sensation reaching all the way out to the sides of the rib cage. Allow your chest to untighten. Move the energy upward to the tops of the shoulders. Relax your shoulders towards the floor. Guide the energy from the tops of the shoulders into each side of the neck. Let any residual stress in the sides of the neck melt away. Soften the throat. Relax your jawline. Guide the energy into the face. Feel the healing energy spread out across the face, moving all of your facial muscles out to the side, releasing any lines or creases that might exist in the face. Guide the energy from the forehead into the scalp. Begin to loosen the scalp. And then move this healing energy from the back of the scalp into the back of the neck. Visualize the small muscles in the back of the neck softening. Slowly guide the healing energy down the spine. Feel it spiraling in between the spaces of each of the vertebrae that make up the spine until eventually it reaches the base of the spine. Let the energy radiate out from the center of the spine and flow across the middle of the back. Feel it slide into the lower back. Then guide this healing energy up across the shoulder blades. Invite the energy to flow throughout the entire back, deeply massaging all of the muscles of the back, seeking out any knots that might exist within the muscles of the back, and rubbing those knots away. Relax the shoulder blades into the floor. Feel the support of the ground beneath you. Guide the energy up from the shoulder blades, back to the tops of your shoulders. Allow the energy to flow from the shoulders into the upper arms, relaxing the muscles of the upper arms. Move the energy into the elbows. Sense the spaciousness in each elbow joint. Guide the energy through the forearms, into the wrist joints, noticing the spaciousness within each wrist joint. And finally, letting the healing energy travel into the hands and collect in the center of the palms. Once you feel that you're holding this healing energy in each hand, send it out to your fingers. Become aware of each finger individually. As you focus in on a single finger, notice the knuckle joint within the finger. Pause to sense the spaciousness within the knuckle joint of the finger. Give yourself a chance to do this with each finger. Then when you're ready, let the healing energy exit out through the fingertips, taking away with it any toxins or impurities from the body, leaving your body entirely relaxed and cleansed, and your mind still aware, still focused, as you've turned your concentration to one point for the moment, which is your own relaxation. Take an active inhalation through your nose, longer exhalation out through the nostrils. With the exhalation finished, I invite you to open the eyes, staying comfortably relaxed on your back in Shavasana. Start to wiggle the toes again, roll the ankles around, roll the entire leg in and out from the hips. Then let the legs and feet rest. Move to the hands, wiggle your fingers, and let your hands rest. Walk your heels to the sit bones with both feet flat on the floor. Raise your right arm overhead, rest it on the ground beneath you. Roll onto your right side, and we'll just stay resting here on our right side for a few natural breaths. And when you feel ready, push your left palm into the floor, and you can sit back up in your easy seat, Sukhasana. So once you're in a comfortable cross-legged position, it could be the easy seat that we started class with, or if you prefer Padmasana, lotus pose, or half lotus, that's fine. We'll end with our 1-minute meditation on our third eye. You decide your hand position, what you'd like to do today. Palms turned down on the knees, palms opened up to the ceiling. With the addition of a mudra, if you want, pushing the index finger and thumb together, or forming a baker's bowl in the center of your lap, right hand placed on top of the left, thumbs touching. Whenever you're ready, close your eyes. Bring your awareness to your Ajna chakra, your third eye, located in between the eyebrows and slightly above. During this meditation, when you become aware that the mind has drifted to other thoughts, just gently return the focus back to this energy center called your third eye. And slowly returning your awareness back to the room, take an active inhalation through your nose, long exhalation out through the nostrils. And when the exhalation is finished, I invite you to open your eyes, gazing softly at the floor in front of you. And we'll end the session here, sealing in the benefits of today's practice. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank
If
you.
you have time tomorrow, 11:15.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can we get this session link, Dennis?
Oh, say that again, Navita. I'm sorry.
Can we get the session link?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Because I've
and you
been
know
missing
what?
it.
You know what? She told me it's I didn't post it, but it's the same one each time. You mean where I record this session, it goes to YouTube?
Oh,
Is that what you're talking about?
yeah, yeah.
Or do you mean for the one for YouTube or the one for tomorrow?
The YouTube. For the YouTube.
For the YouTube? Okay, yeah, I'll get it to you right now, just a sec. And Linda told me that it's, I guess you get some sort of weekly digest or something like that, and it's in the
Yeah.
description. That's where the link is.
Link is? Oh, really? Well, then I will check it. I will check it out.
I'm gonna put it
Yeah,
right here.
because I want it also actually. I don't know. During
Yeah,
the weekends,
great.
actually, we can do
I
it at least.
Yeah, I don't know if there is a YouTube link on there. There is the link to add this to your calendar.
Correct. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
It says the link is right in our class descriptions that get sent out weekly. So I'm not.
We don't see it.
Okay, no problem. I have it right here. I'm going to post it in the chat right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
because I asked her about it, and that's what she told me. Is I was just reading the email. It says it's right in our class descriptions that get sent out weekly. So I maybe she got confused about what I was saying, but this is the link.
Yeah, maybe.
That I provided. So there are a number of sessions up there. Not all of them are up there. I'll eventually get to adding more, but but I think you've got enough there. I think there's probably about 4 or 5 hours of yoga classes up right now.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for that.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Okay. See you next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.